Mina the Hollower might be one of the best indies coming out this year. It releases on October 31st, but a trailer following last week's Indie World showed off a demo for it and announced that it will be coming to Switch 2. I played the demo on my Switch 2, and I genuinely believe that this is one of the most fun indies out there. It's one of Yacht Club's masterpieces, that's for sure. Now, concerning the specifics of the Switch 2 version, it's most definitely the greatest indie specifically made for the platform. This is thanks to one simple thing. It's a 120Hz game on the Switch 2. The first game on Switch 2 to take advantage of this specific Switch 2 feature. We saw Switch 2 Welcome Tour, Nintendo's $10 excuse at a pack-in title, having a single minigame utilize the 120Hz feature, where you had to guess which of the two balls was moving at 120 and 60 Hz. Hey, what you playing? Oh, just Switch 2 Welcome Tour's minigame where you have to guess whether a ball is moving at 120 or 60 Hz.
First of all, you bought Switch 2 Welcome Tour? Second of all, what?
But other than that very small and insignificant minigame, that is the only game on Switch 2 to utilize the 120Hz mode. But now we'll actually be able to feel what 120 FPS actually feels like on the Switch 2. After playing the demo a bit in a handheld, it is smooth. I've never experienced a game on Nintendo hardware being that smooth. I really hope that more Nintendo branded games will utilize the Switch 2's 120Hz feature. Because guess what? Both Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World both do not support 120Hz, even though they're games designed by Nintendo. But moving into the actual game, it is quite fun, but it's extremely difficult to get into. I personally died at least 50 times. This game is no joke. I will say that it gets easier after you played it for a while, but at first, nearly impossible. Now, you can choose from 3 different weapons. You have Night Star, Blast Strike Maul, and Whisper and Vesper. Each of these has its own advantages and disadvantages that make them each very unique. I personally chose the Whisper and Vesper on my first playthrough, or the daggers if you want to call them that, and it was pretty difficult playing with those. I know that you could get all the different weapons, but I don't know how or even if it's possible in the demo. You've got to pick just one. Specifically, the fight scene with the boss in the courtyard was extremely difficult. If you're hearing this, it means that I never managed to beat it. And don't be surprised why. He is constantly dealing out damage, and unless you're really precise with timing your burrow moments, you are going to be hit, and you're going to be hit a lot. Speaking of your burrow, let's talk about Mina's moveset. It's not explicitly laid out in the game, so you've got to be willing to experiment. Essentially, for the Switch and Switch 2 versions, you can attack by pressing Y, tap the B button to jump, or hold down B to burrow. And when you come up, you can do some cool stuff like launch across bigger gaps or pick up boulders. There is also your ability to heal. Essentially, you've got 3 heals at the start of the game, which are stored in your plasma veil, but they're filled by attacking enemies and picking up flowers. Once you've filled one of the vials with healing, you press A to use it. There are also sidearms, which are just weapons that you can collect on your journey that have a limited use. An example of this is the Gyro Dagger, which you can throw and it'll return to you. You've also got the bones, which can be used to buy things and upgrade your healing, defense, and other things. But that is the Mina the Hollower demo on Switch 2. If you want to check out some of my other videos on the Switch 2, then subscribe. But with that, I'm Dastardly John. Hope you keep on being dastardly.